Hey guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also Mark Zicree of Space Command. And above me is the Enterprise model that when I co-wrote and directed and executive produced the Star Trek episode with George Takei, which you can watch right here on Mr. Sci-Fi, George and Grace Lee Whitney and all the other cast members, Christina Moses, signed that to me when we were done shooting, so it's a very dear memory. So things are busy on this end, just kind of moving forward with everything, you know, it's a lot of heavy lifting, but we'll be announcing the Twilight Zone's campaign very, very soon, which I think you'll find very exciting. And meantime, I just watched a big budget science fiction movie on Amazon called The Tomorrow War, and it's, you know, it's okay-ish. The problem with it stars Chris Pratt and the wonderful Yvonne Strahovski from Handmaid's Tale. She's wonderful in that, and she does a very good job in this. And also J.K. Simmons, who's always very, very solid. You know, if you've seen the trailer, you know the gag. It's basically there's a war with these creatures going on 28 years from now. Humans are going to be wiped out. They ask people to volunteer to go into the future as an army to try to find some way to defeat these creatures. It's okay, fine. Chris Pratt, I find a little limited in general. I mean, he's sort of got one thing that he does, and he does it okay, but he's not my favorite action star of all time by any means. But he's good looking and, you know, dedicated, and seems to be a nice guy. And you know, but it's the problem with it really is you know, it takes riffs from Starship Troopers. It takes riffs from a bunch of other movies, better movies, and you can sort of see the fingerprints all over it. And the notion of going into the past to get an army to fight in the future is time travel is always an extremely difficult genre to approach without completely going down the rabbit hole, because they say, okay, well, they're only taking people who died before 28 years from now, but that still doesn't address the paradox, which is that if these people did anything between now and when they died, and they almost certainly would have, you're screwing up the time stream. You're you know, and so forth. There's a lot of other things that ring that kind of bell. The aliens are okay. They're not bad at all. The sort of the reveals are okay. But again, I have a problem with CG creatures. You know, Starship Troopers, I think, is really the totally appropriate match for practical physical creatures and CG. I found this stuff, and I don't know if they use practical models at all. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's entirely CG, but you know, it's just kind of like, well, okay. And for me, there weren't enough surprises. They come up, I won't spoil it. I'm not going to try to have spoilers, but just say that for me, if you want just to have an enjoyable movie watch on July 4th, this is fine. It's not terrible. It's good-ish. But if you want something with a little more meat on the bone, you know, The Abyss is a great movie with you know, flaws. Watch the director's cut, you know, and Aliens, of course, and the original Alien, and so forth. So I just wanted to chime in on that, and we're going to be having a lot more very, very soon. So watch this space. And if there's any subjects you'd like me to do on Mr. Sci-Fi, I'm going to be doing movies from the 90s, science fiction movies from the 90s very soon, and then more of the science fiction history. So that's about it. So that's about it for now, guys, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye.